Cool gear.
And that lets you save.
Look here.
True Form Life.
Green look on.
Welcome to another edition of Exploring Mind and Body. I'm your host, True Form's Drew Taddia, fitness expert. Be sure to find our True Form Facebook page. Check me out on Twitter. It's Drew Taddy at True Form Life. And as always, there's tons of information, including my blog regularly updated on trueformlife.com. We've got all kinds of valuable tips coming up on this week's show, all directed towards your health, starting right now.
This is Exploring Mind and Body with True Form's Drew Taddia, fitness expert on 96.5 CKFM.
All right, I wanted to tell you all about some exciting news that True Form's been working on. We've been talking about it for weeks now, and the time is finally here. We've been talking about finding a way how to motivate people before and after the holidays, how to fit in those little black dresses, and how to look your best for holiday dinners. True Form is having their first fitness challenge. Some people wanted to do it before Christmas, and some wanted to do it after. We'll definitely be trying it again. But as for now, we're starting our first challenge next month. True Form's first 6-week competition will start December 4th. All measurements will have to be taken or submitted before December 4th. No exceptions. Money will also have to be submitted before this date. The main idea is to inspire others to live healthier. This is not a conventional weight loss competition. The goal here is to gain points by living healthier, not just losing pounds. Why do you only have a short notice? If you can imagine, some people actually gain weight before they enter a competition like this, which again is why we have a point system. The objective is for contestants to gain as many points as possible. How to get points? Let's go over our scale. For a 0.5 pound weight loss, you get 0.5 points. This category is worth tracking, but it's the least amount of points because I like the least amount of emphasis put on it. 3 healthy pictures of food equals 1 point. The maximum amount of pictures you can post is 3 per day. This will be harder for some, but not impossible. This will take time and effort. There's no disputing those facts. However, the point of this action is to keep you accountable. It's important to eat and cook healthy, and sharing what we're up to will offer a supportive atmosphere. All pictures will be posted on Complete Truth Protein's Facebook page, which is a branch off from True Form. Check out True Form to find out more details. For every 0.5 inch weight loss, you get 2 points. Measuring inches is much more accurate than using the scale. We also want to work our cardio and increase our lung capacity and our heart rate. So for every -1 beats per minute, you get 3 points. This is a great way to measure your cardiovascular health. The more you work your heart and lungs with exercise, the lower your resting heart should be. So the entry is $20 a person. The short of this explanation, money always influences people. We don't want to lose our hard-earned money. We don't want to waste it, and we definitely want to get our money's worth. Is prize money an incentive? But entry money is as well. 10% of all entry monies will be donated to a local charity because that's what we do at True Form. Measurements will be taken every second week. I will tally up points in the next couple of days after the weigh-in, and the points of the top 3 will be announced on the Complete Truth Protein Facebook page. If you miss a weigh-in, you will not be able to measure at a later date. You simply miss your points that week, but you may continue on. If you are from out of town, you may have someone else measure you. However, there are a couple other requirements. Whoever will be testing you needs to contact me and let me know who they are and that they agree to this. You'll need to submit progress pictures with a newspaper and a date clearly shown. This will need to be submitted with your measurements, and the progress pictures will not be made public. Measurements will need to be taken by the same person each time, and they cannot be involved in the competition themselves. I'm not a big fan of external rewards, but the idea of winning money does encourage people, so the prize will be $100. It's not much, but again, this is our first competition. And if it all works out, we'll get bigger and better next time around. There will be a separate point tally for those that post recipes from Detoxify Yourself or recipes from the Complete Truth Recipe Book, which can be downloaded free at CompleteTruthProtein.co. Side note, the ebook is free, physical copies are paid for. Whomever wins this point tally will win a 3-month supply of Complete Truth Protein. So that's what we have, folks. We're getting started right away. We're looking to encourage people. We're looking to motivate people. If you want to be involved, if you want to be a part of this, be sure to contact me at trueformlife.com.
Trueform Life.
I had a couple questions about the cleanse that's being put on by holistic nutritionist Rick Kohut, and I thought, why not make the answer public? Most people are thinking the same thing, but don't ask. So I always appreciate questions because it takes courage to bring them up. First of all, Rick and I have similar beliefs when the subject is brought up about any kind of detox or cleanse. I'm not against them, but I certainly don't think the whole 3 days to glory is the answer. If you want details about my detox beliefs, you're welcome to check out my new detox book, again at CompleteTruthProtein.co. For those that may not know, Rick is riding shotgun on a 21-day gentle cleanse. As you can tell from the title, it's not 3 days, it's 21 days, which means this is more of a gradual, sustaining process and won't put stress on the body, which is exactly what many detoxes do. One of the most beneficial reasons I've found success through living a healthier lifestyle with my clients and members is the group atmosphere. Accountability is there, support is there, and knowing you're not alone in the process is more significant than I can express. With the cleanse Rick is putting together, you'll be doing this with a number of people you can relate to, in which you'll find support in. Not only that, but you have a great coach walking you through each step, whose genuine interest is in your health. Often stated, but hard to come by, you're going to get coaching, health and nutrition tips, grocery lists, and more. On top of that, you'll be able to ask Rick questions, which is more than beneficial all by itself. What's most important is Rick has asked me to put together some light videos that anyone can do anywhere. I'm just kidding. Smile, folks. This is a cleanse. It's not all that serious. I will be doing some exercise and stretching videos directed towards the cleanse. Although this is not the most important thing. Your health is. Shake out the cobwebs and relax. This is going to be a good time. You're going to feel better. You're going to reduce stress. You're going to clear those toxins and you're going to live healthier. Someone asked me if it's worth it. I said at $29 for the month, how can it not be? Being that it's a little more than $1 a day, most of us spend more on our morning coffee. There's no doubt. You'll soon find out how beneficial this will be. This cleanse has begun already. So why am I telling you about it now? Because there's already people waiting to do the next one. And the other reason is because this is a valuable resource we have in our community. Not everyone can say this is being offered in their area. It's important we take advantage of services like this because if we don't, they won't be around for very long. It's all about supply and demand. If there's more people interested, asking, and signing up, there'll be more services like this directed towards your health. Every time a product is introduced, we vote by visiting stores and buying products. So each purchase you make isn't just a purchase, it's a statement that you believe and support whatever it is you're buying.
Exploring mind and body with Trueform's Drew Taddia would not be possible without the help from the following sponsors: AG Foods in Didsbury, CLC Fitness Center, Health Street in the Cornerstone Shopping Center Olds, and Shoppers Drug Mart, working together to help build a healthier tomorrow. For more information on Trueform Life, Drew Taddia, or how to become a sponsor of Exploring Mind and Body, visit TrueformLife.com.
In this segment, I want to talk about focus because it's a word that's used but not entirely understood. And if you really want to achieve something, you can't do it without focus. Have you tried to do something and there are all kinds of distractions going on? The phone is ringing, the kids are running around, you're trying to text or write an email at the same time. All these commotions going around make it hard to focus and then make it hard to get something done. And if whatever it is you're trying to accomplish does get finished, the quality is slightly less than spectacular. Trying to do too many things at once does not work. We all multitask, even though some people say they can't, and at the same time others claim they're great at it. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with multitasking, but I would say we're far less good at it than we think. Consider the quality of whatever it is you're doing while 100 other things are going on. Got the stereo blasting in the car while the kids are making noise and you're texting on your phone. Try to signal, make a left turn, and eat your cheeseburger. And what happens then? Something abruptly comes up, like the person in front of you slams on their brakes or someone cuts you off. Are we in any position to react? Of course not. And yes, this may be a slight embellishment, but not entirely. I've done many things myself at once while trying to drive, and I'm sure you have too. The point I'm getting at, what focus is and how well we perform when we're not. This is a good reason we can't meditate or stop our minds from running around. The same reason we can't sit and relax or reduce stress. It's because we have so many things going on and aren't willing to take a step back. We aren't willing to focus on one thing until we have to. We procrastinate, try to start a project or do parts of it, but really accomplish little till we absolutely have to finish, which usually means there's a deadline involved, and that's when we do our best work. When we sit down, focused, knowing we have to have this finished. Otherwise, the people expecting it won't be happy. If you really want to get something done and do it well, compare yourself to an Olympic athlete and how they perform for their event. Sounds funny, I know. It doesn't have to be a sport you're involved in. It could be business. Compare yourself to how focused you would be on something if you trained for 4 years and had one opportunity to achieve it. Doesn't that change the stakes? Would you still be multitasking or answering the phone in the middle of something you're trying to accomplish? Of course not. And of course, this is extreme again, but so is our mental state of being able to focus. It's the extreme on the opposite end. We don't notice, but many times we pay attention to absolutely everything else but what we're trying to accomplish. I bring up goals often because I believe in them. And for the matter of this segment, I believe they help a person focus on what they want to accomplish. I often ask clients of mine to put a picture of who they aspire to in their food journal. The main idea of this is so they have something to focus on. Every time they look in their food journal, they are reminded of better choices. Every time they flip through to see what they ate or what they're about to eat, are reminded of why they started this health journey in the first place. And hopefully, this helps them to understand that if they hit that drive-through or eat that dessert, they won't exactly be working towards achieving their goals. Focus has everything to do with everything. Notice how much angry people focus on how wrong they were or how difficult every situation is. Listen to them talk. Every word spouted has something to do with anger, which of course is why they're angry, because they're angry. These thoughts and memories whirl around their minds like a suffocating python until everyone that passes knows exactly what's going through their heads. How about a depressed person? Are they looking towards the future or a goal that inspires them? Something they want to accomplish? Or are they looking at the past? We all know the answer to that. Depression seems to be so apparent in the world we live in today for whatever reason. The fact of the matter is, those that are or have been depressed think dark thoughts. They think unhappy, miserable, sad, or frantic thoughts. These thoughts wouldn't change anyone's state for the better. Again, I go back to focus. What thoughts do you focus on? What memories do you remember? And what's in the future for you? Asking yourself these questions will give you an idea what kind of person you are. And I'm talking about everyone here. Just because you're bouncing around doesn't mean you're always happy. And just because you're not running around with a smile or with excitement doesn't mean you're angry or depressed. I think at some point, we all hope there will come a time when we don't think about the past or the future. All we think about is the present and how everything is okay right now. None of the past, future stuff really matters, but reality says past and future is much more apparent than anything going on right now. Isn't that the case? How often do we think, I'm so happy right now? How about, I can't wait to appreciate right now? No, that doesn't happen. We think about how we were just cut off on our way to school. We think about how happy we'll be when we're on our next vacation that comes around once a year. We think about the party next week or the promotion next month, all a very far stretch from right now. All these thoughts have to do with how we were raised by both our parents and society we live in, but that's entirely a different subject. Once again, the point of this segment is to explain focus and put a different perspective on it. If you stare at something long enough, you're going to find a way to it. It doesn't matter if you're walking, running, or driving. Your body will find a way to get there. Your mind will take you there. If you focus on everything against you the entire day, it doesn't matter how kind people are to you. You're going to see it negatively because of what you focus on. So take some time to think about where your thoughts are, where your emotions are directed, and what you're focusing on. This doesn't have to be an entirely deep or in-depth topic. Just think about it. As often as you can, consider what's going on with what you focus on. It won't take much time to make a big difference. Take small steps today, and you'll notice a big difference tomorrow. Be sure to tune in next week for some more health and fitness tips. As always, I'm your host, True Form's Drew Taddia, fitness expert in health and fitness for a better world. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Exploring Mind and Body with True Form's Drew Taddia, fitness expert. For more on True Form's Drew Taddia, visit trueformlife.com or call 403-510-4915. Exploring Mind and Body with True Form Life's Drew Taddia would not be possible without the help of GDK Gravel and Sand. GDK Gravel and Sand, now offering all products in half and 1 yard